What's going on, people? Tony here, and this is Football Fan TV. Welcome back yet again to another fan cam. Real Madrid won, Manchester City won the first leg of the semi-finals of the Champions League, and Benji is here, the staunch and only Manchester City fan in Uganda. Benji, first, how are you doing before we get to the game?
First of all, man, I couldn't eat supper before the game because of the tension. But now I'm
Yeah.
finally having my meal. I have to say I'm relieved because when I looked at the starting lineup on our end, I wasn't so optimistic because I didn't feel like this is a game that needed Grealish in it. I thought Foden had come back to full fitness and he would start so that we can have a threat up front. But yeah, right now I feel relieved to be honest, and confident about the second leg because we're coming home. We've been impetuous at home, so yeah. How do you feel, Tony?
I think it was a very good game, and I think it was a game of two halves. Manchester City was all over Madrid pause, and the whole of first half, it was just Madrid being Madrid. You press them and do everything to them, but with the experience they have, they will always get that one chance, and they'll bury
Yeah,
it, and that is what they did exactly in the first half. So I thought in the second half they would come back and also do the same thing, and they'll score the second game like they normally score in the 70th or the 80th minute. That's what Madrid normally does, but surprisingly they failed to score, and it was De Bruyne who put out the magic, and what a goal! It was a very beautiful goal.
IG. Even in slow mo, that thing was fire, bro. You know these things when the DSTV signal is flickering and the screen
Yeah,
freezes. So that happened,
yeah.
but I knew it was a goal. Like it happened when Gundogan had the ball, but somehow I just knew there was a goal right there. So when it came back on, I just saw him celebrating, and I was like, finally!
So
Because around that
there
time,
was
uh,
nothing.
around the
There was
time,
nothing
like
Courtois could
you said,
do.
exactly like you said, the game was a game of two halves. We totally dominated the first one, and then around the time we scored, they were on top of us, like attack upon attack. Vini was getting into
Mm.
the game more. He didn't beat Kyle Walker in any duel today, which was amazing. It was good to see all the love they exchanged at the end of the game. Total respect amongst each other,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, two beautiful goals. Now um, everything to play for at the Etihad. I can't wait.
I think Vini is a good footballer, but I think he also found a match today. Walker was good. I think the only time he tried and bullied Walker was towards the end of the game, where he dribbled, I think, him twice, and then
Yeah,
he had to go back into the midfield if you saw that incident. But then he also tried to do that flick he normally does in every game, but Walker is a little bit fast and
yeah.
could not work out for him. So basically, it was a game of two halves, and then it was really a very good game. All to go for like any game, anyone can go for it. Next week, the next 90 minutes are going to be so crucial. And since Yaya Toure's agent said the hold or the jinx he had put on Man City has been uplifted, I hope you're feeling good, and I hope your guys will pull through and they'll go through to the finals.
That's good to hear from an Arsenal fan. So thank you, man. Thank you. We need all the love we can get. Um, to be honest, I'm confident about the game at the Etihad. I feel like today was a tactical masterpiece from both coaches. Um,
Yeah.
Pelotti told his boys, do not high press, do not get out of your shape, just stay in shape, make them work for it. Man City got complacent. That's what caused the first goal. And even later on in the game, those players whose minds were getting tired were making silly mistakes. And yeah, at the end of the day, the experienced players came through. And yeah, now it's all even. On to the next one, Premier League this weekend. I believe we have Everton who have been flying. Yesterday they were flying against who did they whoop five? Brighton, yeah, against Brighton.
It was
So yeah,
it
it's a
was
very interesting
Brighton.
game.
Yes, I have a feeling that was a fixed game because I didn't really expect anything of that sort to really happen. Everton, and they moved out of the relegation zone just like that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know much about fixed games in the
So
Premier League, but
before,
yeah, anything's possible.
yeah, but that game didn't look real. And if you realize all the games that happened yesterday, they were with scores of 4 goals and above. You can imagine Nottingham
Yeah,
also managed to beat Southampton. Maybe that one was obvious. They beat them four,
yeah.
and then also was it which other team beat? There was a team that beat five. Which other team
Fulham,
was beating
Fulham,
five as well yesterday?
Fulham
Yes,
beat
Fulham
Leicester
managed to
5.
beat. You can imagine it was really a tight game. So, the Premier League talk will have it in another pod, of course. Guardiola did not have make or do a single sub. Do you feel that is his best 11, and does it mean that is the team he trusts most? Because he
Uh,
didn't do any sub the whole game.
Definitely not. The reason he didn't make any sub, I believe, is because his game plan today wasn't to win the game. Like he said in his press conference, today was just like a tryout. The everything
Mm,
ends at the Etihad. So the
mm,
reason he didn't make a sub is he didn't want to make any mistakes. You know, when you're fresh off the bench, you have that eagerness to perform. So most likely someone will, try too hard and get out of shape, and then Madrid can always hurt you because they're quite deadly on the counter. So it's
mm,
not our best 11. Ake is a big miss on the left wing. And I think going forward, Akanji doesn't do so well, especially from that side of the wing. I would want to see more zip in the next game. I believe when Alvarez plays with Haaland is more involved in the game because strikers are good at finding fellow strikers. So when our wings are dead,
yeah.
Alvarez gives us that extra body. I don't think Grealish did anything today aside from getting
Mm,
fouled, which is really good at, and keeping the ball. I think he slowed down our attack enough times. Like guys are coming forward, then he slows down and goes back, which I don't really like. So I think with two more changes, we have our best 11. Ake will probably not be fit for game two, but
yeah.
I still feel like we have enough in the tank to get over the line with this one.
Okay. Well, if you're liking the content as usual, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, like, share, and comment. Benji, the last one, your man of the match.
That's a tight one. I'll go with Courtois. I think he had some really big saves to make today. The De Bruyne chance, he nearly broke his wrist trying to save that shot. So yeah, I'll go with
Yeah.
Thibaut Courtois. I don't think any player stood out in terms of individual gameplay. I think Vini had a very nice goal, but aside from that, Walker kept him at bay. So yeah, I'd go with
Mm.
Courtois. How about you?
I think I would go the opposite and I would go with Ederson as well because that last save towards the end of the game, that many shots, if he
Yeah,
didn't really put his fingers onto it, it was going to be a different score and it was going to be a different game at the Etihad next week. So I think I would go with Ederson because he also pulled out that save and a few more. So really, like you said, no any other standout player that played well. But other than Ederson and Couture, I think I'll give Rodri a shout as well. But I think I would
yeah,
go with yeah, I would
yeah.
go with Ederson.
Inter and AC.
Inter and AC, it's going to be a tight one. Both of them being at home, of course, that's their home ground.
Yeah.
None of them is away. I think it's going to be a tight game, and I'm also going to see, I think, a draw in the first leg for them.
Okay. Um,
Yeah.
I believe a lot of noise has been made about Liao and how good the kid is. Personally, I love the guy, but I think he has not gotten to such levels. So let's see how he performs on the big stage. I think I'll go with an AC Milan win, a close one, maybe 2-1.
Okay, I think I wouldn't mind any that goes through. So the biggest battle is the Madrid Man City battle, and of course everybody has been saying it. The one that goes through goes on as the king of Europe. Benji, thank you so much for coming onto the pods as usual. Thank you for coming onto the fan cam. Thank you for supporting Man City alone.
Man, it's lonely up here, bro. Look at me in the
It's
dark,
lonely up
holding
there,
my
but
own light. We don't have power, but
yeah,
if
man,
I had, it was like any other Man City fan around, they'll probably hold for me my
you had
lighting.
to
But
turn
bro,
up.
it's lonely
No
at the
man.
top. It's lonely at the top. Yeah.
Much love, bro. Cheers, bro.